Hello.
Hello. Welcome back to Can We Be Friends, episode number 3. As usual, we'll start with our peaks and pits. Do you want to go first,
You
Bethany?
mean our small win and biggest struggle?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Because we have a language barrier.
Yes, we do, yeah.
So yeah, my small win. Well, I guess I was trying to think back to what I said last time, and I actually can't remember what I said for my small win. But
I can't remember either.
Yeah. Wait. Never mind.
You got a job? Oh, no, that was the one before. Was it that you made your lunch? No, that was the one before. Anyway,
so my small win for this week is I finally booked our next market date.
Woohoo!
I don't know when this podcast is going up, so I feel like I can definitely say, because I'll be announcing next week anyway, but we are going to be back at St. Helier's on April 13th.
Yay! And guess who's going to be there?
Yes, well, so Stella is going to be selling, which is going to be very exciting. But yeah, this has been on my mind for so long, and I feel like we have been looking at so many venues, and I've been going to site viewings all of this week, and I just haven't found the right one. So while I'm in this awkward position of I don't really know where we should be having the market, St. Helier's for me is my little comfort place. I feel very safe there. I know how things work there.
Yeah.
So that's why we keep going back there. So we're going to be there next time, and then hopefully in the other markets will be somewhere different.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm excited.
That's so exciting.
And my biggest struggle for this week, I have started a new job. I work
another job.
Yes, I can't remember if I said this last time, but I'm working at an after-school care, before school care, and that is just the hardest thing. I've already told you this, but I'm like, these kids, man, I can't.
Kids are hard work.
Kids are hard work, and for me, I'm not someone who likes to yell at other kids or tell them off, but when they misbehave, it's really hard. I just have young boys, I'll tell them off a bit, please don't do that, and then they'll just look at me and laugh, and I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah,
this is how this is going to work.
Yeah, I think it would probably be quite hard in after school care because there's so many kids. You have to figure out all of their different personalities and how you respond to
it gave me a really good appreciation for teachers, because how they can make an impact in every single one of those kids when they have 20 just by themselves is nuts. But yeah, that's my life. What about you?
What about me? So my peak is actually that I am going to be doing an Isla Markets.
Yes, that's your peak.
That's my peak, but do you know why it's my peak specifically? Is because I am so ahead of the game. I've already got all of my clothes organised on racks with prices and everything ready.
That is just insane.
It is the 21st of March.
We're 3 weeks away.
So we're 3 weeks out and I'm already ready. But I'm really excited because I'm in my getting my life together era where I'm trying to cull everything and just have a bit of a spring clean.
I feel like selling your clothes is so good for that. When I first sold my clothes, you just feel really put together for some reason.
Definitely, because I've had a build-up of clothes for so long, so it's good to get that under control. Yeah. Hopefully people buy them. Come buy them, please. And my biggest struggle is kind of counteractive to that, because I just said that I've got things really organised with that, but the trouble I've had is with some of that stuff, I felt really disorganised.
Yeah.
And with some of my work and with just there's a lot going on in my life at the moment and I'm trying to get it all organised, but there's been days where I've just felt really sluggish and not able to do it all, and that's been stressing me out. So I'm sort of trying to find a bit of a balance.
Yeah.
So my peak and my pit kind of come together to maybe balance it out a little bit, but I don't know.
Biggest struggle, small win, feeling organised. Biggest struggle, feeling
disorganised. How does that work? But somehow it's been the highs and lows of this week. So
no, I definitely get that.
Yeah. So last week I was editing our podcast, and I was so frustrated and infuriated by how often me specifically says the words or
I definitely say it a lot too. I feel like maybe it's just see, I've already said twice there.
But I feel like it's so common among our generation. It always has been. And I feel like it's just something that we all do and we've just kind of got to get used to. But with that being said, we thought it would be fun to do a little activity.
I'm just so curious to see how this is going to go.
So
I'm for it.
Yeah, so we are going to rap slap each other.
Perfect.
When we say the words like or as
So
we do a friendship evaluation.
Oh, yes.
Like we do each week, or we'll just do a quick one. And we're going to slap the likes out of us.
I've been trying to replace my likes with so's.
So
yeah. I would say so when I need a filler word.
When you really think about it, I feel like...
So, we feel so...
These are like hefty raps. They're grainy too.
I just want to eat it.
Oh, they kind of smell funny.
I'm just like... fuck. Oh. What's that?
Okay, so...
Oh, sorry. I got...
Well, it's not so, it's like... Oh!
I don't want to hit you.
That's the point. Let's do it. It's a good, It's good for the friendship. It's ripping the Band-Aid.
Well, when we talk, I'm so conscious of what I say that I don't know if I'm 100% listening to you.
Yeah.
So now I have to really think about what I'm going to say. I feel like I can't
you're
speak
speaking
English.
like a robot. Oh, wait, no. If you can use the word like in its actual use, but not when you're just doing it for the space holder. I was just about to say, So, let's evaluate our friendship a little bit. We did this last week on our episode.
I'll let you do all the talking.
No, you have to talk too.
Okay.
I was literally looking at you.
I don't want to hit you.
And said, so, our friendship.
Yes. How do you think it's going?
I think it's going well. I think that the slapping is releasing any tension there is, the rap slap. But there's actually not any tension, to be fair. We have been working well as a team.
I'm really listening to your lips. Oh, damn it. Oh.
You're too focused on listening to me that you forget to filter yourself out.
Yes.
So the friendship, your turn to speak.
I feel that it's going well.
Oh, good. I'm glad you feel like it's going well.
So, Stella did the editing last week.
Stella hated the editing last week.
I want to know how you found that, because I edited the first one and it was... Sorry, I'm just going to talk like this.
We've only got 35 minutes. You've got to talk faster.
Yeah.
You might just be getting a slap.
This is just
go.
doing filler words. I said an before.
Did you?
Yeah. I know, look, do you like...
And did I not notice it?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
This is just making me really scared.
We can stop. Should we stop the slap? Okay. We'll just finish the friendship evaluation and then we'll...
Thanks for the raps.
Rap slaps.
That really made me so tense. I was like...
Pass me that one and we'll just get rid of them.
Look,
breakfast.
I say it, okay?
Yeah.
So we had a question come through on our inbox. Oh, sorry. We're not on emails.
In our inbox, it's something my dad would say.
Yeah,
on our DMs.
We had a message come through on our DMs just talking about what it's like putting yourself out there. And I feel specifically we would love to talk about what it's like putting yourself out there with a business. I guess, yeah.
Especially as I feel business owners and being the only one in the business.
Yeah.
Putting yourself out there is a whole different thing that has taken me. I'm 4 years in and I still don't feel completely comfortable with putting myself out there in in the way that you sort of see people do it.
Yeah.
I feel like things like social media and TikTok and making videos and making content with your face and talking and even doing a podcast has put ourselves out of our comfort zone quite a lot.
Yeah, I would definitely agree on that. It's more like, for us, I guess, as business owners, there's so many people who have a business, whether you're just freelancing, like technically you're a business owner because you're managing your own time.
Exactly.
For people who have multi-million dollar businesses, there's so many scales of businesses, especially in New Zealand as well. And for us, we sort of fit in the same sort of realm of things where it's like you've got to do the most to get an output, and social media is just the easiest way to do that. Yeah. But in saying that, when you, like, for me, when I do it, it's like, okay, the purpose is for the business always. But it is kind of cool sharing your personal life because, as I said, it's like you guys get to go along this journey with us, which is really fun.
And I feel like people will connect to a person before they'll connect to a brand or a business. So especially with this being a small business run by just one person, it makes a lot of sense for you to understand what's going on in our lives and what's happening so that you feel more inclined to be a part of the journey.
It's also a very cheaper way to do advertising. Like, you see businesses who obviously have that celebrity figure who's the ambassador or the face of the brand. Like, that's probably very expensive.
Yeah.
So for anyone looking to start a business or has a business, putting yourself first is just the easiest thing because you're in charge of what content gets put out.
Yeah. It's all lies on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And I always say to people, being your own boss is the easiest job, but it's also the hardest job in the world because obviously it's easy because you get to do whatever it is that you want that day. But it's also, that's the hardest thing ever, being able to do whatever you want in a day because it all rides on your back.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of responsibilities in doing so. So with that, I feel like there's a lot of pressure and a little bit of judgment when you are putting yourself out there and doing things. I don't know. I've only had support from doing it, which is incredible.
Yeah.
But I think that there's just this underlying tone of judgment.
I feel like for people who are obviously our age, I don't think anyone would come at us like specifically personally and say, oh, why are you doing that? It's definitely like people who talk about it behind your backs, which is a very school thing to do.
Yeah.
And people are entitled to their own opinion.
Absolutely.
But it's like,
it's not for everyone. I feel like there are heaps of people who, like, I feel myself in another life wouldn't have been able to do this. I feel like I sort of, once Stella Claire grew traction, I sort of started to build that personality trait as it sort of evolved because I felt I had to grow my business and I really liked doing so and the response it got from my community, especially on Instagram. But it's still hard. I go through days where I do not want to put my face or voice on there at all because it just feels, I don't feel, some days you don't feel as confident, you just don't want to do it.
Yeah, it is like hard when I try and do that. At the moment I'm doing day in the life vlogs.
Yeah.
No reason in particular, but it's more like, I guess, Isla Markets is something that happens monthly. So in terms of marketing and advertising, like any business, you want to try fill on those days that you don't have something going on. And for that, it's kind of like, oh, it would be cool for everyone to see what I kind of do leading up to it, even though it's not market related. I was actually, someone was talking about this the other day, but I feel like TikTok now knows when people are talking about businesses because it's like you don't see the views as high anymore. Like, influencers are so oversaturated now because they just get sent so many products you can't even tell what's real.
Yeah.
Like, what do they genuinely use because everything's gifted to them now.
Yeah.
So it's TikTokers, I think, just sort of noticing that influencers are sort of not working anymore and now we're trying to get genuine people who aren't just trying to advertise their business. So it's, okay, well, how do we make this more personal?
Yeah.
We aren't trying to be... we aren't trying, I don't know the right words for this, but we aren't trying to be influencers. We are just trying to influence people about
our product.
Our business. Yeah.
It's
and what we're doing.
It's funneling people into our worlds of what we do and what we provide and how you can be a part of it. And I feel like there are people who do similar roles in marketing or advertising for a big company and they're sort of the face of the social media and stuff.
Yeah.
And with those roles, I feel like there's almost I don't know why I feel this, but I just feel like with those sorts of roles, there's less sort of judgment or pressure because you're doing it on behalf of your 9 to 5 or your job that's a big corporation.
And let's say it's like an embarrassing video, well, they can just go slack off the business because they don't care.
Yeah, they can be like, oh, I had to do it for work.
Yeah, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah,
like, look
I had to do it for work. Whereas for us, it's like, oh yeah, we had to do it for work.
But could you imagine
we chose to do it. And also we love our work, so it's like, anyway.
I think I spoke about this in the last podcast where I said I don't like going out or like socializing anymore because I hate talking about myself in like a context where it's like I hate being asked questions because I don't really know how to answer them, and I don't want to come across as someone who only talks about her business or that. Like, I'm just super self-aware when I do see people, and like I talk about that side because I don't want to come across that. So end result is I just decided to not even go out anymore.
Yeah, and I think that something that factors into this whole conversation is tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah.
And I think as I said before, I've only felt support from people around me and through social media and everything. But there's just the underlying tone that's just is always there that just sort of feels a bit restrictive.
Yeah. People will support you in your startup, like once you start, and then you're sort of growing and like you sort of realize who's been supporting you the whole time. And then you get to a point where it's like sort of in this middle phase where it's like everything's a little bit average. Like you're doing well, people know who you are, but like nothing's really growing. And that's kind of where I feel like I am at the moment. And there is some like judgment where it's like, oh, why'd you keep going? Well, yeah, maybe in 2 years' time I might grow a bit bigger. And then people will be like, oh, that's so cool. How did you get into that? Like just the day in the life vlogs.
I hate to bring in Taylor Swift into this one. But
did she receive a lot of hate in her? Like
she was like her story, which we'll do a few episodes on later at a later date. But her story was crazy. The way she went from, she's gone up and down throughout her whole career. Really, there's been moments where she's been the most hated person in the world, and then there's been moments like probably right now where she's, and you kind of obviously she's to a very different scale than what we deal with, but I can't imagine how hard it would be being a celebrity having to deal with the people's.
Oh, you need to listen to the Megan Fox Call Her Daddy episode. I was listening to that last night. It was literally talking about the exact same thing. Like she was the most hated person. She was sexualized as like a sex object, and she said she didn't even feel like that personally. So when people were saying that to her, like that was just so bizarre to her that like people would think that. Yeah.
Anyway, this has been a good chat.
Yeah, I think it's like everyone sort of feels like this.
I think to a certain degree, everyone sort of goes through this sort of thing, and it's
hard when you live in a small country.
Yeah, and when everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
But I think the conclusion of putting yourself out there for us is that at this stage of our businesses, it's hard, but it's worth it, and so that's why we're doing this.
I think we will thank ourselves. Yeah. In a few years' time, like even with this podcast, it's like this is just really fun to do, and you know whether this grows or just stays how it is, it's like I think we're both having fun. It gives Stella and I a reason to catch up with each other.
Wake up at 6 a.m. and chat.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a really good start to the day. So,
okay, fun fact time. I know everyone looks forward to this. So, on the topic of, well, actually, how exciting. So this time next week, we're going to know everything that's going to happen already because Fred again would have announced his Auckland tickets.
I know.
And it's giving me anxiety. Like,
it's giving everyone anxiety. Do you know how the Swifties feel now?
Yes, I understand. But like this time next week, it's all going to be over. And it's just like this little period that we're going through is a bit scary. But I wanted to talk about how Fred again is a marketing genius.
Oh my goodness. I can play into this fun fact.
Yeah. I think everyone's sort of studying it. This needs to be analysed in business schools, high schools, like the NCEA. Get this on your exams because Fred again needs to be analysed about what he's doing.
He's paving the way.
Yes.
For gamified marketing.
Yeah. I feel like I first sort of came into his marketing strategy, I think it was last year when he started doing those whales and like painting them on the pavements of Sydney and stuff, and people would have to find I think it was whales to like find his tickets. And that I thought was so cool. And I sort of use that in my markets where I only kind of release the date a certain amount of time before the market because doing drops like that is so fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just wanted to talk about some of the things that he's done building up to the Australia and New Zealand tour. And yesterday he just announced the Wellington one, so we know he's coming to Auckland. There's definitely been some rumours. Everyone's heard the rumours that he's coming to Spark Arena. I've heard it's next Monday, Tuesday. I don't know what you've heard. Well, I guess we can say it because next week it's going to be all out.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I haven't really heard much. I've just heard that. I just know he's coming to Wellington. This is the thing that Fred Again is doing, okay? I'm not the biggest Fred Again fan in the world. There are a few songs that I really like.
But you feel a part of it.
But I feel like I need to go because everyone wants to go. There's this element of FOMO, which is so important as like a business or as a a person who's wanting to make sales ultimately.
Could you imagine his DMs at the moment? Like if I was having a market, I would so DM him.
Yeah.
I just think everyone's feeling a little bit deluded, to be honest, because my first point is that he is so authentic in what he's posting and he's really creating a personal connection to everyone. Everyone in some way feels like they have a personal connection with Fred Again. Like his WhatsApp group, for example. It's like you feel like you can message him saying, oh, surely play at this place, or like, oh, surely come here, or are you coming to New Zealand, or when you're coming. I'm sure there's lots of companies out there that are saying, oh, Fred, like, please come here, because everyone just feels like he would reply to you. And we're being so delusional. He has 2.5 million followers. Yeah, he's not looking at them.
He's huge. And then he'll post literally a photo on his Instagram story, just like a zoomed up, grainy photo of Wellington, like, see you soon, Wellington. Tickets go on sale in an hour.
And then he did that and then did a circle around the thing and was like, tickets will come up in 30 minutes. But they were already on the Ticketek page before he posted that link.
Interesting.
Because I was listening to the radio and they had said like, oh my God, the tickets are up. So everyone was waiting for it. Well, not everyone, but a good chunk of people were waiting for a link from him. Right. But the tickets were already on Ticketek. And then after the link got posted on his story, like 30 minutes later, he posted on his WhatsApp, because now I'm on his WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And he posted a link specifically for his WhatsApp people to get tickets. So I just think like that is so genius in how he's made everyone, like everyone in New Zealand feel like they need to go.
He's made everyone a fan.
Yeah.
And if he hasn't made them a fan, he's made people like me want to be a fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I feel like I'm missing out on everything that he's got going for everyone else, and everyone's talking about Fred Again. And it's all of a sudden just this big... hang on a second. This might be a bit of a conspiracy, but... Or not a conspiracy. Not a conspiracy. Not a conspiracy. But there's something that I feel ties into that a little bit, and we can maybe cut this out. I don't know what I'm saying. But, like, no one spoke about Fred Again for literally like months and months and months, and then all of a sudden like everyone's talking about him every second of every day, and I kind of question the like, are all these people really Fred Again fans, or is everyone just trying to get on this Fred Again bandwagon?
Yeah, got such a Swiftie mindset. Like that is something a Swiftie would say to other Swifties who are going to the yeah.
Oh, I guess it's probably is something that like, are you even a fan?
Yeah, I even named 10 of his songs.
No, but seriously, like I had no one talk about Fred Again, and then all of a sudden everyone I know is like, oh, Fred Again. I'm like, I've never heard you talk about Fred Again.
His Coachella stuff was really good last year. That's kind of when I came into play. Kind of when I was like, oh my God, he would be so cool to see. Like Coldplay for me, you just see their concerts and you're like, oh yeah, I really want to go.
And I completely understand like why he's so successful, but not just his music, him being exceptionally talented.
Yeah.
I've seen interviews or videos of him just like freeballing a whole song start to finish, and it's being just I think often I remember thinking, oh, I could be a DJ, like you just said, just press some buttons and spin some things around. But you definitely cannot just do something like that.
No, I don't even know how it works. It would be very cool to learn, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I just think his like interaction is just next level. Even if it's not him, it's definitely not him. Like this guy's way too busy. But his team, they like comments like on Instagram, like reply to people, like just building that community. Sense of community is so important. And he's not a business, but he's an artist, which is so cool that he's been able to sort of. But he's a business.
Is being who he is, because ultimately, but I feel like that's a really important fact, and that ties into what we were talking about before, is that community is so important.
Yeah.
And if you're going to build a community, you need to have a face that associates with that community. Because if the Stella Clear community has no face, or the Can We Be Friends, or the Isle Markets, it's hard to connect to, and it's hard to want to be a part of. I've actually modelled like quite a bit of
You've actually modelled?
You have modelled. No. I unfortunately have to model for Stella Clear sometimes, but I've modelled some of my marketing off similar things to what Freddigan's done. Like I do treasure hunts, which is really a fun way to engage with your community in person, and it's also gamified, so people want to get out and they want to win. Everyone's got a competitive element to them. Everyone wants to be the one who finds the prize. And then there's also the FOMO element of the people who didn't win, and so they feel more inclined to participate next time, or they still want to talk about it. Like I did this and I didn't get it, but rah. So there's just so much word of mouth that is generated from this style of marketing, because then everyone's going like, oh, Freddigan's coming. And it's...
You probably have people who are like high schools that are saying that, which is nuts.
There's people everywhere talking about it.
Yeah.
And that's the whole... So, he's doing it well. And I feel like he's one of the first people to...
Yeah, I think so. Especially his genre of music. Like that's... I just think that's really cool. So are you going to be getting tickets?
I don't know.
I assume that they're going to come out either today or tomorrow.
I feel like...
Post notifications...
I feel like I shouldn't, because...
You shouldn't? Oh, because you're not a real fan.
I'm like...
No one's gonna know.
Yeah, let's not like talk about this just in case I do. They'll cut that out.
Oh, no.
Just in case I do get one.
10 hours later. I just think if you are a big fan of music and you want to go, then, you know... I think as well with videos from Freddigan, it's like... Obviously, it's really cool to go there, but I think people are... in the vibe of appreciation of music is just a collective thing. That's sort of where I want to go, because it's not like a gig where you're like trying to get like blackout drunk. It's like you want to go there to appreciate his music and you want to be a part of everyone who appreciates him so much. And that would just be a really cool vibe.
And I feel like that's definitely why. Also, going to concerts, I find if you don't know the artist, it's actually, or we know Freddigan, but if you don't, I feel like going and learning his music, you become a fan.
Yeah.
And then you become a part of everything.
Yeah, and tickets aren't that bad. I heard they were $99, but people are reselling them for $350.
Which I feel like they probably could.
Which is just like not on.
No, I don't. Yeah, that's
Freddigan already, like, we don't need
but people would buy them for that much. I know people who would buy them for...
Yeah, no, definitely. It's just like the Mr. Winston jumpers.
Yeah, it's a monopoly.
It is.
But anyway, we've been going on about Freddigan
and I'm checking
So
Ticketmaster.
maybe we...
Yeah, anyway, so I'll see you at the concert next week.
Yeah, we'll see you all there, I think.
Yeah. I guess that kind of just wraps up our third episode.
Yep.
I know. Please let us know how you guys are finding these. Obviously,
we're trying to sort of balance the structure of the episodes to be fun, educational, but also just like a bit of a chat where we get to know each other.
Yeah.
And you guys get to know us, and we sort of just break it down a bit.
Yeah, definitely. But exciting, and I hope everyone has a good... Again, please send us your small wins and biggest struggles.
Yes, please.
We really want to have a read, have a chat with you guys about them. If you're going through something, just know you're not alone. And
we
you have
are
us.
here to talk.
We're here always.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys at episode 4.
Bye.